So you want to
You get
toss
second
it.
pick of the prizes then? Then the third place?
I already have one.
Okay. Next is you then.
So somehow, you know.
Come, that's the one you wanted, so there you go.
Really? No one took the grand prize?
Nobody wants the DVD, okay.
I'll take that.
Okay, good. Fine.
We'll have a match. You want a match?
You did pass your gift after
Come
all.
on.
Oh, I'm good.
Anyone want a match for this? I'll do it.
I'll take you.
You'll end up giving it to me anyway.
The anime con goers.
It's a fine one.
We're all completely in our own way.
This guy wearing weird.
That's not what I meant. I heard this. Yes. Hey, he's awful right, but she's got a vocab too. She does not have a vocab. Steel. You know why? Because if she's going to beat me, I want to die quickly. Where she gets as little enjoyment out of it as possible. Because she will stomp around in the remains. I don't know what you guys have been told, if anybody's trained in serious martial arts before, but the women are more dangerous than the men.
Oh, yeah.
And that is not to say that they are physically more capable. I'm saying they're more dangerous. You know why? If you really upset me, I will kill you and it'll be clean, it'll be done. And I'll tell you right up front, I'm going to kill you. If you upset her, she may not let on. But at some point in the con, right, when you think you're enjoying yourself, she's going to jump out from behind something and start swinging and wound you and then maim you. And that's the hardest part for our teenage boys to figure out at the dojo, is that number one, it is possible for a girl to hurt them. And number two, the girl will enjoy it. We had 2 cops in our area that trained at our school. We have a fitness center next to our dojo, so they lift weights and then come over and work on, because we teach old-style Aiki Jiu-Jitsu with the arrest techniques. And they almost quit because we had a 55-year-old grandmother that was hurting them too much and that was affecting their effectiveness. I speak English very goodly. But I actually had to talk to her and say, Charlotte, you're keeping the joint locks on too long. When they tap, you have to let off. And she goes, oh, I'm not hurting them. I'm like, did you see the wrist splint he was wearing the next day? And she goes, oh, but that wasn't me. Oh, my Lord. And she acted all, oh, this is horrible. And then she saw her in the changing room giggling. Like, this is not so... Okay. That's another panel. And for those of you curious, yes, we have 2 self-defense panels beyond tonight's sword fighting violence.
I'll step on you.
The Samurai Co. self-defense one that says women only, and I joked at opening ceremonies, guys, definitely come to that. There's 2 reasons. Number one, it's good for people to have crash test dummies to work on. But also, the techniques we're going to work on that are specifically designed mostly for the women to get the creepy guy off of them. Hello, welcome to 21st century America. The creepy guy may not just be going after her. Creepy guy may decide, that's a nice outfit. What room are you staying in? Okay? And truthfully, if you are going to get messed with by somebody, if they're going to try to grab you, they're probably going to come up one person. And, you know, you guys are hanging out together, walking around, talking. He looks the other way. Guy standing on the corner grabs you and drags you outside really quick because there's 4 other guys waiting outside and they're going to beat on you. So the techniques work for, well, everyone. Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a ridiculously brief introduction to Japanese sword combat. Then we're going to arm as many of you as we can.
I actually know this stuff, so don't look at me.
Normally we like doing this panel on Sunday because by Sunday you guys have been 2 days off your meds, and sword class is really fun. Friday night, I would say, is mostly normal, but that was before that hat walked in.
Talking about you, bro.
And what we have now, we call that a visual aid. And cutting with a sword has never been more fun. Well, except for the whole Mark of Zorro thing with Antonio Banderas and the whole outfit cutting off it. I have tried for 6 years to learn that kata, and I can't make it work. Never mind. I was going to hide over here so I didn't get in trouble. I looked over, girl.
You'd be better over right here.
The brave guy hiding in the back. I'll protect you. No, you won't. You're hiding behind them. And I don't blame you. All right, before we start, I want to introduce you to my better half. Yeah, there's a little bit of a rise up. This is my wife, Jillian. The idea that a man is physically stronger than a woman, on average, is true. There are differences in our physiology. Now, having said that, the Japanese longsword, the katana, arguably the finest handheld weapon ever crafted. It was designed to cut entirely through human bodies, armored or unarmored. The Japanese used to actually test this. Don't ask why I know this, but the record for cutting through human bodies in one swing is 7. How they got 17 teenage boys to hold still that long, I don't know. I made that joke at a Ren Fair once, and as luck would have it, there was a college group that was there, and there was a bunch of guys all along the front of our path, and I went, "Is that a belly dancer down there?" And they all turned and looked, and I jumped up and went, "Zoom! Yes!" And the audience laughed, and they look, "Huh? What?" And I look back at my teenage son to say, "Michael, did you see?" And he's looking, going, "What, Dad? Where?" Now that was funny. The bad part of the story is the behind the story. It was not a belly dancer. It was a vendor friend of mine. He weighs 400 pounds and was sitting there like this in a kilt.
Oh, nice.
I'm still getting therapy bills from those boys. My insurance doesn't cover that. But the idea is that a Japanese sword is a tremendous equalizer. You don't have to be Conan the Barbarian to inflict a lethal wound with a sword. You have to be accurate. You have to be fast enough to make your cut. So the samurai actually trained in how to move with a sword. It wasn't enough to just stand there and go, "Wah!" It looks really cool, but you have to go after your opponent, because sometimes the bad guy won't just run up and impale himself on your sword. I know. If only they just... Hi. I want you to demonstrate 2 quick forms for me, and then we'll arm them. But I want them to be sufficiently afraid of you that they won't mutiny. Shonen no kate. First thing a samurai had to do was develop strong legs and strong lower back. The armor I wear weighs 65 pounds. And samurai combat, armored or unarmored, was designed with movement in mind. So the samurai had to be able to move in their armor. Normally I make her stay here for 2-3 minutes. I gab and she gets angry, but I don't want to sleep in the hallway tonight, so we'll move on. Shonen no kata. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rope. Teach. Hach. Ju. Ju. Juich. Junin. Noto. Your arts go back to a time when every cut with a sword, every movement was designed to end a fight, to cut down an opponent. We love playing tag games, the boffer stuff. We do that in our children's class. And when I say we, I mean all of the adults. Because it's fun, but it's not the same as actual combat. And the swords weigh a little bit different, they feel a little bit different, and every cut in our art is designed to end an opponent. So even if she's just doing the basic cuts, come on. You have to realize there is an opponent standing in front of her. I guarantee you she's envisioning somebody standing there. Normally it's me. Yeah, thanks. You've seen our show before. I get in trouble a lot.
I was going to say, that's if it would have been the actual belly dancer.
Just can't unsee. Hapugiri Mote, 8 basic cuts. Eat! He! San! She! Go! Rope! Teach! Hatch! He was,
It's a him.
I have no idea. And normally, when I mess that up, I get in lots of trouble. In AnimeCon, it's not such a big deal.
No.
Well, usually because there's guys in costumes that are women's costumes. And
How are you dressed?
Now, please keep in mind, while you're watching,
that
as
insults
long
me.
as you're not on the dance floor thing, you are completely safe. But much like a T-Rex, her vision is movement-based. If you flinch, she's coming after you. Shouldn't say, without a count. Touch me.
Hey! Yeah! Toe! Hey! Yeah! Toe! Hey! Yeah! Toe! Hey! Yeah! Toe!
I said you'd be safe. I didn't say you'd be happy.
I'm enjoying this more than anything.
All right.
Oh, well.
Now, what we're going to do, because
Gotta have
this
Wait,
isn't
wait,
supposed...
wait.
What?
They wanna see me hit you still.
Yeah!
Look, you can't hit me with a sword. I'm your instructor. I'm better than you. I have this figured out. Look. This is not complicated. Look, this is what happens when somebody has a sword and you have a sword too. They swing violently at your head, and you do something ridiculously cool. What? You see this? I call this blocking. I highly recommend blocking. They swing their sword violently at your head. You put your sword between their sword and your head. And you live.
Or you dodge around and you get them from behind.
That won't work.
This is my show.
You're forgetting something.
I am not forgetting anything. That was cool. They took my picture and everything.
There's a problem. Here, I'll show
There
you
is
the
not a
problem.
problem.
See if you guys can figure out the problem.
The only problem I can see is you're still talking.
Get him! Get him while his back's turned.
Alright, here, try again. Ready? Alright, here's your problem. Are you ready? Hit me back.
You got it, babe.
There's something that's really, really important in combat, and this was something that the samurai figured out early. It is not enough in combat to just block. You still have to move. Getting out of the way of their strike is very important.
Oh.
This is like a math problem. What you're going to do...
No, not math.
Why not?
I hated math.
Yeah.
I was terrible at math. I liked figures a lot.
I second you on that one.
You're going to add together blocking and moving.
That's complicated. I'm a man.
I again second that.
Swing at me and I'll show you.
Wait a minute. I get to swing at you?
Ooh.
I love this part.
Alright.
I love this con. This is a victory for equal rights. I get to swing at her with a sword.
Yeah!
I mean this one.
Anonymous is watching.
Oh.
Alright. I'm going to block and move. Are you ready?
All right.
Swing at me.
So I swing at your head.
Uh-huh.
Bye. Hey! Some of these didn't work. Let's do this. I swing at your head.
Yes. Toe! I win again.
Just so you know, a lawyer would be
All right, one more
cheaper.
time. Go! All right, this sucks. Who wrote this part of our show? Look, I know you didn't write this part. There were no crayon marks on our script anywhere.
You made all the crayons. That's the paint.
Is that what that was? I thought you were cooking again, dear. The bad part was I was going to compliment her after class that supper tonight was better than usual.
That's it. It's on.
Moving bossy at funerals.
Oh, you mean we're going to fight?
Yeah.
Like with swords?
With sword.
To the death?
To the death.
Only shaking.
Woo! Okay, to the pain.
I see what you did there.
To the pain.
To the pain.
So we fight until I feel pain.
No.
Oh.